As you can see, we have a Gordon Smith T-type, T obviously for Telecaster, and this one is from 2021 and it is absolutely stuffed full of whistles and bells. So let's have a listen to it first and I shall tell you what I possibly can. So let's go. Pickup time, and starting with the bridge pickup on the noisy or distorted setting. Into the centre. And onto the Seymour Duncan 59 in the neck. Right, let's see how it cleans up. Clean setting, and we're going to start with the bridge, but there's loads of other stuff that's going on with this, so okay. And now let's engage the boost circuit, which is powered by a 9-volt battery. Hello. isn't it? So into the centre, and we've got a little trick for the centre too. And now, if we flip the toggle switch between the volume and tone control, that takes us into an out of phase position. Onto the neck, which is a Seymour Duncan 59, and that so when you engage the 9 dB, well, I'm saying 9 dB boost, you can actually alter how many dBs it boosts by, but the extra knob at the bottom here does control, in fact, how much of the boost that you apply. So I'll turn it down to nothing and flip the switch. Is a very clever bit of circuitry, so let's have a jolly good look round it and I shall tell you what I can. Let's go. 2021 build, Gordon Smith, and by definition a custom shop really, because what you do get is a pick list of all the different stuff that you want. So whatever your build or design is, if it's individual to the generic spec, then that is, as I say, by definition, a custom shop guitar. So this one in 2021 cost the owner £1,400. Bargain IMO. So what did he get for his 1,400 quid? Let's have a look. As we can see at the front, it does tell you usefully that it is a Gordon Smith. Nice brass nut, which is a bit of a trademark really for Gordon Smith. Around the back we've got Goto tuners. You know, I mean, they're not cheap, are they? And of course it does sound that it's handcrafted in the UK. So the neck, as you can see, is like a tiger striped maple. It's one piece, obviously, and bolted onto a what I believe is a poplar body. You've got your Gordon Smith and your serial number there on the neck plate, excuse me. As you can see, it's a string through body, and it does have a massive cavity control plate. And the reason that it's got such a big cavity control plate is because it's got an awful lot of things going on in its cavity. So when we're doing the pickups, I showed you these switches here. They're both currently disengaged. So the switch at the top is your boost circuit. You can alter how much boost you want on the little panel that's inside here at the back. And this knob here, this very extra knob, does take you from a little bit of boost to, oh my goodness, I'm going to pull your face off boost. This one here is the phase switch, or out of phase switch, and that only works when we're in the central position between the two pickups. The pickups are Gordon Smith hand wound homespun item and a Seymour Duncan 59 in the neck. We've got 22 medium jumbo frets on the, and again it's like they've matched the maple fretboard in with what's going on with the neck, because we're all a bit tiger stripy here, aren't we? This is definitely one owner, low mileage, and it's just come in for a shave and haircut, and it won't be going back to Tommy, my mate, who's a helicopter driver, as it turns out, and he's a bit of an Andy Summers fan. So I can imagine that Andy Summers would very much like one of these. Actually, it's so powerful and so nicely appointed. I should also think that John 5 might quite like this. So what else do we get? We've got binding both top and bottom, which is a really nice thing to have. And it weighs in. It's well over £8. You'll see the figures back here. Well over £8. And it is a bit of a unit, but it's perfectly balanced. The other thing that I like about this is that, and I believe that this, of course, is by far from standard, the vintage brass bridge holder saddly thing, whatever it is you call them. Somebody will hopefully write in and tell me what the name is for these. But it's just beautifully put together. So it's in a vintage sunburst, and it's in a satin finish, and it's a really it's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing to look at, and it's fantastico to play. But the amount of diversity that you've got with the different sounds and options from this, well, I've got to tell you, I think that 1,400 quid is pretty cheap for this. So if you fancy a trip down to Northamptonshire and specking one of these out for yourself, you can't go wrong at that kind of price, to be fair. And they're probably a little bit more expensive now, now we're 4 years further on, would you believe? But certainly they're still doing all the same kind of, you can have all of the options, you can have all of the neck choices, the grain choices, the fretboard, etc., so on and so forth. So Gordon Smith have also done something that I do like, and that's with the serial number. It seems that now they're putting the build year as the first 2 digits of the serial number, which is a very sensible option. It'll probably cut down on the amount of emails that they get from people, because if you've got a Gordon Smith and you don't know anything about your guitar, just send them the serial number and they'll come back to you within a couple of 3 days, and they will tell you when the build was and any other information they have about it. Buy Gordon Smith. If you don't own anything else at any other time, get a Gordon Smith at one point in your life. They're fabulous guitars, and this is a really prime example. So, with all of that, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and I shall look forward to seeing you on the next one. Adios amigos. Ta-ra.